क्योंकि थोड़ी बहुत रहती है विकेट में, उसका थोड़ा फायदा उठा सकते हैं ये तेज गेंदबाज कॉर्क और ब्राउन।
Cork to Sahel.
लॉर्ड्स का ऐतिहासिक मैदान, और मैं समझता हूं कि कोई भी खिलाड़ी चाहे पहली टेस्ट मैच खेलने वाले या 50वां टेस्ट मैच खेलने वाले जब लॉर्ड्स के मैदान पे उतर के खेलते हैं तो अरुण निश्चित रूप से एक अलग सी चेतना दिल में जरूर रखते हैं।
जी हाँ, ये तो क्रिकेट
और डेब्यूटेंट एक और नया खिलाड़ी अपने टेस्ट जीवन की शुरुआत लॉर्ड्स के ऐतिहासिक मैदान पर करते हुए इस सीजन में ये शायद तीसरे या चौथे खिलाड़ी साइमन ब्राउन। ये इनकी औसत फर्स्ट क्लास करियर 318 विकेट ले चुके हैं, लीडिंग विकेट टेकर है काउंटी चैंपियनशिप में, और 4 स्लिप और गली का सपोर्ट कप्तान ने दिया है साइमन ब्राउन को।
जी हाँ, बहुत अच्छे फॉर्म में है और सही समय पे इन्हें ये मौका मिला है अपने टेस्ट जीवन की शुरुआत करने का।
टेस्ट क्रिकेट में उनकी पहली गेंद
Simon Brown's first delivery in Test cricket.
मिला उनको।
The captain who gullies
और 2 गली रखी है
waiting for the catch.
सईद अनवर के लिए,
और ये गेंद पे सईद अनवर अक्रॉस द
First run of the day.
खेले, एक लेग बाय का इशारा अंपायर का अरुण, लेकिन एक ऐसा स्ट्रोक जो दिन के 8वीं गेंद पर
looking to swing this from
जी हाँ, थोड़ा बहुत शायद इनमें
too close to leg stump. There's no swing at all. It's going
जो इनके मन
down the
में
leg side. There's no feel
जो
from Jack
उम्मीद है
Russell,
उनके मन में भी ये है कि शायद
no way
गेंद
that was going
स्लिप
on
की
to hit
तरफ
the
स्विंग
stumps,
होगी,
and the
तो
Pakistani
पहले
innings is
इन्होंने उनका
underway.
पैर ज्यादा अक्रॉस चला गया था, इस कारण ये चूके, पर गेंद में कुछ दिशा सही नहीं थी, लेग स्टंप के बाहर जा रही थी।
How different, Paul, would you say it was opening the bowling
पहले तो
against
बैट्समैन के भी
two
मन में
left-handers?
कुछ आशंका सी होती है, क्योंकि जब वो 3 स्लिप और 2 गली देखता है तो पहले ही उसके मन में भी ये
matter of line,
बात
really.
बैठ जाती है। टप्पा खा
Simon
के
Brown,
काफी हद तक
it's the ideal situation. Left armour to
तो
left
उसे कवर
hander.
करने के लिए वो खेले थे।
Should ideally be able to bowl that sort of middle and off stump line and get the ball to swing from there. It's harder for him to bowl at right-handers and swing the ball back in from outside off stump because the change in line is perhaps over 2 feet. That's his normal line to a right-hander, that delivery.
बिल्कुल सही दिशा, लेकिन चूंकि दोनों पाकिस्तान
harmlessly
के
down the leg side.
ओपनिंग बैट्समैन बाएं हाथ के हैं, तो उनके लेग स्टंप से थोड़ी सी बाहर जाती हुई साइमन ब्राउन की गेंद।
Anwar off the mark with the boundary 4.
Well, no sighter there for Saeed Anwar. His first delivery from Dominic Cork crashed away through the offside, just a little bit of width, nothing really wrong with the delivery. It's gone through a backward point and timed quite beautifully.
England on this ground 4 years ago. Mark Elam. Mark Elam, England's new all-rounder, made his debut in the last test against India at Trent Bridge. No stroke played. Steve Butler's given in. Simon Brown gets his first test wicket in just his second over. Amir Sahel, LBW not playing a shot. 7 for 1. Green start for Simon Brown. He's got this one to go straight on really, and it's an error of judgment from Sahel. That was going nowhere other than off stump. What a great start for Simon Brown. No shot offered. It's fully hit him in line with off stump anyway. And Sahel goes to 2. Pakistan a 7 for 1. Ijaz Ahmed coming in at number 3. Drifted onto leg stump and punished. Brown looking for swing and looking for it from middle and leg. There's been absolutely no swing at all this morning. Cork to Ijaz. Oh! What a delivery that is! Pakistan 12 for 2 now. Dominic Cork has struck in no uncertain terms. Well, that's quite extraordinary. Ijaz has gone right the way across and almost fallen over. Maybe his studs got caught, but it's not the best time because the ball was homing in on middle stump as Ijaz was hopelessly out of position. Dominic Cork claims the wicket. Middle stump cartwheels and Ijaz goes flat-footed for 1. And Pakistan are 12 for 2. Inzamam ul Haq, new batsman for Pakistan with that very impressive batting average over 45 per innings. That's past mid-on for 4. He really loves to progress in boundaries, Saeed Anwar. Over pitching again from Brown. This economy of effort. Through mid-wicket again for 4. Anwar will snap up those triples all day. It's a bit hard on the young bowler, really. All he's doing is pitching the ball up and giving it every chance to swing. There's not been a hint of swing all morning. But Anwar is so good off his legs that perhaps he needs a little bit of protection. Essentially, that's not such a bad delivery.
That's a terrific shot. Cork's not bothering with the heroics on this occasion. He hasn't even moved. What a shot by Inzamam ul Haq. This bloke is absolute dynamite.
Well, he's just about half a yard over pitched at the moment, Simon Brown. He's used to that length swinging back into the batsman.
And Inzamam has just clipped that away for 4.
What's happened to England this morning is that both Cork and Simon Brown have looked to get the ball nice and straight, hoping to find their swing.
If it's short, though, there won't be any bat pads. There'll just be 4. Inzamam has come out and he's played his shots from the word go, and he's looking a very dangerous customer. And that has just been dispatched before.
I think that England need another man on the leg side to Anwar. He's so strong in that area.
Well, that wasn't particularly rash. It was a beautifully executed pull stroke. Inzamam just waited for it and pulled it away over square leg. Well, Inzamam straight down the pitch and dispatching what he made into a half volley beautifully for 4.
Strokes like that answer the question. One of the great strengths of Inzamam this morning has been how late he's played the ball. There's hardly a movement of his body until he weighs up the length. Just that little shuffle forward and a punch of the bottom hand.
Well, that's going to be 4, and no luck at all for Alan Mullally.
He's won the battle of pace there. You'll see Inzamam is caught slightly off balance for the first time, expecting the short ball. He hasn't got his weight transferred as well as he had earlier, and he's a little bit late. You can just see that front foot fractionally off the ground. He hasn't planted it and formed a balance. That's really good bowling from Mullally. That's a good length, too, to attack Inzamam with.
That's a terrific shot for 4 runs. Laced through the covers, minimum of effort, and the batsman never even bothered running.
Anwar was a front foot player almost exclusively when he came into the top class game, and has made himself more confident off the back foot. And if Anwar's going to play strokes like that, I reckon that's as much the face of the bat as the edge. Might just be a brilliant bit of improvisation.
That's a terrific shot by Anwar, and I think that'll bring him his 50. So Saeed Anwar has won the race to 50. A really good knock, only the one blemish when he played that pull shot against Elam, but got away with it. And that's his 11th score, 50 or more in Test match cricket. And that's an even better shot. 4 runs. The half volley put away beautifully.
It's fantastic timing from Saeed Anwar. It's the longest part of the ground, runs away down to the old tavern bar. And nothing more than a punch. Hands going right through the line of the ball. That's the key to that stroke.
Elam to Saeed Anwar. Well, that's pretty conclusive after lunch. Nice wide half volley. Anwar lays into that and scores his 9th 4.
Yeah, he's had a few of these to feed off, and he's not shy. If you're going to drag Saeed Anwar outside off stump, you've got to make sure your length is right. You've got such a good eye. It's a natural free swing of the bat, so he murders anything out there.
That's a magnificent shot through the covers. That'll bring Inzamam ul Haq his 50. He had a terrible series in England 4 years ago. He's looking in supreme form this time.
He's played beautifully for it, and this pitch is much more like the surfaces that he's got used to batting on at home. It's firm and dry and without a great deal of pace. And his power, which is allied to his timing, is going to shine on a surface like this.
Knight chasing that up to the hill. He won't get there. It's 4 more. Beautiful timing again. That must be some bat that Saeed Anwar's got.
Some talent, too. Watch the way he just punches his hands through the line of the ball. What keeps the bat face absolutely perfect. And you see the full blade there.
And that's got him! So Hick has got the breakthrough. Juggling catch by Russell. Saeed Anwar's going to be pretty upset with life that he's gone for 74. But England will be absolutely delighted.
This is an exceptional catch from Jack Russell. The ball perhaps fractionally short, but it has turned a little bit. Big deviation, and Jack Russell just getting the fingertips on it and juggling the catch into his left glove. Top wicket keeping sees the end of Saeed Anwar to 74, and Pakistan are 142 for 3.
Salim Malik is the new batsman for Pakistan. Oh, there's going to be a run out here. It's all over. It's all over for Salim Malik. What on earth was the calling there between Salim Malik and Inzamam ul Haq? Pakistan have gifted England another wicket. They're 153 for 4, but there will have to be a major post-mortem on the calling there.
Well, great delight for England, and quite rightly so too. This was A dreadful piece of running between Inzamam and Salim. Inzamam just eased that through the leg side. Was probably two. It was a good pick up and throw, but Salim has just either not listened or carried on running, trying to make his ground, and in the hope that he'd crossed. Unfortunately for Salim Malik, he was the one that was run out for 7. Pakistan are 1-5-3 for 4.
Shadab Kabir is the new batsman for Pakistan. A great moment for him as he makes his way to the middle. Just 18 years old, and this is his debut in Test match cricket. Quick word with Inzamam ul Haq just to sort out who's going to do the calling and who's going to do the running. And here is the end of Salim Malik. Paul, talk us through this.
Well, Inzamam set off, touched down and appeared to come back and then said no. Problem is Salim's not heard him. And both batsmen end up at the non-striker's end, and it's just a question for Peter Willey, which one's run out?
A big deal of responsibility here for Pakistan, because from being in a position of extreme power, they've rather lost their way of late.
He's running!
Graham Hick is starting his 3rd over. They're going back for the 2nd. And the balance has just tilted a little bit towards England here, Paul.
He's got into a nice rhythm, bowled very, very well for Sussex in the county championship over the last month. I watched him at Guildford for an afternoon, and he bowled at Thorpe and Stewart, so it wasn't bowling any old mug. And he had nice control that afternoon.
Charles!
First boundary, and a lot of class in that stroke, because he just had to adjust and wait a fraction longer than he thought he was going to.
Class, top of the class, I'd say. Have a look at this. Leaves it to the last possible moment. Then there's that bottom hand again, placing the ball between the fielders. Plenty of talent here.
Within a couple of miles of each other in South Manchester, there'll be no love lost when those two are at each other's throats.
And that has been smashed away for 4.
Well, it doesn't matter how much you glare at the batsman. If you slip him a wide half volley, he's going to climb into it and crash it through extra cover, as Inzamam has. Down on one knee. It's a glorious stroke.
Inzamam's 2nd 4 since the lunch break, and his 10th in all. What a terrific shot that is for 4.
Well, Inzamam, all he has to do is just wait, really. There are so many gaps on the leg side that he can get a single any time he likes, and when Salisbury drops fractionally short, there's no pace in the pitch. Inzamam just rocks back and punches the ball through the gap on the offside.
Good shot, punched away through the covers, probably won't go for 4. Good work by Mark Elam. It's 189 for 4.
It's a sign that it's going soft.
It's 190.
Shadab Kabir, 5th wicket, out with. डोमिनिक कॉक बॉलर हैं, एलबीडब्ल्यू की अपील और अंपायर विली ने आउट दिया। ये पाकिस्तान का 5वां खिलाड़ी होता।
बिल्कुल साफ एलबीडब्ल्यू था, मिडल स्टंप पे क्रॉस खेले और मिस किया लाइन ऑफ द बॉल और मिडल स्टंप पे प्लम आउट आप कह सकते हैं।
पाकिस्तान ने छठा नुकसान जब उठाया जब वसीम अकरम आउट हुए।
अकरम का भी साफ आउट था, ये तो डाउट है ही नहीं।
अंपायर ने उंगली उठाई और पाकिस्तान का छठा खिलाड़ी हो गया। अब 7वां खिलाड़ी और पाकिस्तान को सख्त नुकसान जब ये सरफराज वसीम अकरम। पाकिस्तान का 7वां खिलाड़ी जब आउट हुआ जब इंजमामुल हक 148 रन, बहुत बेहतरीन इनिंग्स उन्होंने खेली। 148 रन उनका हाईएस्ट स्कोर है टेस्ट क्रिकेट में। इससे पहले वो 135 रन बना चुके थे न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ वेलिंगटन में 1993-94 में। और आज इंजमामुल हक ने जो इनिंग्स खेली वाकई काबिल देखने के काबिल थी। बहुत अच्छे स्ट्रोक्स लगाए और किसी बॉलर को भी उन्होंने स्पेयर नहीं किया, मगर आखिर में वो प्ले ऑन कर गए। तो इंजमाम की इनिंग्स अभी हम देख रहे हैं, उनका विकेट ये है सरफराज मलाली बॉलर हैं और ये प्लेड ऑन इनसाइड एज
ऑन द स्टंप्स और बदकिस्मती के इतना अच्छा खेल रहे थे कि ज्यादा होप्स में भी इनके ऊपर ही स्कोर को आगे बढ़ाएंगे।
Runs here though. Come back for 2. In fact, it's 4. Timed beautifully away on the offside. So the shot of someone who is not, well, let's just say he's a little below 6 foot. They're all strong at these cut strokes. And Mushtaq's in good control of that shot. Nice balance. He was playing it, didn't pull away from it, try to hit it too hard, made sure of the timing and confused Alex Stewart, actually, who hadn't pushed off, ever thinking he wouldn't be able to save the boundary. In the end, he was a good yard short of it. Brown has bowled 16, Elam 17, and that's fine delivery. It's got the edge, and it's got the wicket. That really is a fine ball. And Pakistan's 8th wicket goes down for 280. Terrific stuff from Malay. That's cut away off the seam and beaten an orthodox defensive stroke. Nicely taken too by Russell. It was dying on him. He had to get forward. Good breakthrough for England. Just as we were thinking the new ball should have been taken, the old ball does the trick. Mushtaq Ahmed has gone for 11 and Pakistan are 280 for 8. And he's there because Alan Malali has claimed the last wicket. Mushtaq Ahmed just pushing forward to a ball that's pitched in line with the stumps and swung and seamed away. Good catch by Russell and top cricket all round from England. His next wicket, Kabir, the batsman in his first test match, LBW, to Dominic Cork, and that could very possibly have been going down leg side, but Peter Willey thought not. Pretty flat batting pitch, 17 overs for just 38 runs. It's whipped away fine, and is 4. Got to be careful of Waqar Younis. He's a free stroke player. Like a lot of fast bowlers, doesn't really give a fig if he loses his wicket, but is prepared to play a few shots while he's out there. And he's very capable of playing them too. Always a danger that the tail end don't quite home in as they ought to on stroke play was right out of the top draw. Last over of the day. Latif whipping that away through mid-wicket. Long chase for Dominic Cork. And
Could probably have done without that, but it's a fine piece of fielding. Super throw. Mullally, the man who dismissed Inzamam, who had played the innings of the day, just helped it back onto leg stump. Inzamam. Mullally was delighted, but Inzamam had entertained quite royally all day long. Yeah. That's out. Waqar has lifted that half drive to straight mid-off, and Alan Mullally gets his third wicket off what will be the last ball of the day.
Well, Mullally deserves it. He's experimented in this spell, but he's also kept a good line. And on that occasion, encouraging Waqar Younis into the sort of indiscretion of which he is certainly capable. Simon Brown, nice for him to end the day with a catch. He began the day with a wicket, and England can be thoroughly proud of their performance today. They've stuck at it when the elements haven't been with them, and they're on the brink of bowling Pakistan out.
Disappointment, I feel, for Pakistan. The only men to really get going, Saeed Anwar with 74 and Inzamam ul Haq with a magnificent 148. But the rest of the Pakistan batsmen have disappointed.
His bowlers and fielders really well. He was being very imaginative all the way through the day on what is really a pretty dead pitch for bowling.
That's a lovely stroke. Half volley put away straight down the ground through mid-on.
Super shot by Rashid Latif here. Just leaning into that. It was only just over pitch from Dominic Cork.
Rashid happy to take the single, and the 300 comes up for Pakistan. They're 300 for 9.
Congratulations all round.
Top in the air, straight back over the bowler's head. And that'll just make the boundary. Rayman off the mark with a spectacular drive.
Dominic Cork won't be particularly happy with this. Lofted straight back over his head by the number 11. Got Rayman off the mark with 4. Nothing wrong with the stroke. Going to hit straight, and he has done. I'm banking on a bouncer, though, this ball.
Good fielding. Alex Stewart, the man tumbling in at mid-on. A bit of a hoik, the shot, in all honesty. Well bowled by Cork. It's a maiden. Oh, the bat's been flung away. I think there's a bit of pain involved out there. Just as well short leg wasn't in the firing line. Might have been wearing that. 310 for 9. It's flicked away off the pad and raced away for 4 down to fine leg. And it's not in fact off the pad, it's off the bat, so that's 4 runs. That's annoying for England, very annoying for Cork. It's 315 for 9.
That's a very poor line from Dominic Cork. He's just brought in a second slip. and he's fired it away down the leg side.
Could be 2 on here. The frustration will really be building out there now for England.
Catch it!
Shouts of catch it, but Thorpe can't get there. It's 331 for 9. Stroked beautifully away through the covers. 4 more. Once again, Simon Brown over pitching.
Yeah, lovely shot there, and you know, Simon Brown will be looking to swing it in at him. He won't mind the shot if the ball's swinging. That's the key in this Test match, really. It's looked a different wicket when the ball swung, and the whole question of swing bowling, you know, it's been brought up again. The reason they use readers is the Pakistanis look to reverse swing the ball, and the readers tend to reverse swing rather than dukes.
Same again.
Again, there's Simon Brown. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for him because, you know, he's been swinging the ball in county cricket. You know, that second ball yesterday swung. He's run up there, done everything right, trying to pitch it up, try and swing it. And it's gone straight across this lad who's just put his hands through the ball and a beautiful shot.
Pakistan bowlers still in the dressing room, apart from Rahman, who's out in the middle batting. The partnership now worth 50. And once again, England conceding a 10th wicket partnership of 50 runs or more.
Yeah, it's a very good leave there. Well bowled in, Salisbury. I think to the other lad, if we can get him on strike, Salisbury should bowl as many googlies as possible because I'm not sure he's picking him.
Edged and taken, the classic leg spinner's dismissal. Latif is the last man out for a very well-made 45. So the Pakistan innings finishes after 75 minutes of the second day, and they're all out for 340.
Yes, beautiful bowling by Salisbury, beautiful line, bowling at his pads, middle and leg, turning, classic. I mean, perfect bowling, you can't ask anything better than that.
Latif out for 45, Rahman left not out 10. Pakistan 340 all out. Kept England out there for an hour and a quarter this morning. And warm applause from the crowd for a terrific last wicket effort by Pakistan. They've taken the score from 290 to 340. The main contribution yesterday from Inzamam and Ul-Haq, 148 from 218 balls faced. He and Saeed Anwar on the first day, the only batsman to get past 20. Pakistan starting today on 290 for 9. They went on to make 340. Wickets for Alan Mullally, 3, 2 for Dominic Cork, 1 apiece for Brown, Salisbury, Elam and Hick. Fine and perform. Very quick delivery from Waqar Younis, misdirected, and Atherton convincingly off the mark. It's 14 without loss. Atherton quickly onto the back foot and gliding the ball down. Fine of Salim.
Accurate. Two interesting questions to be asked here, and not the least of them is the choice of ends by these two outstanding fast bowlers, both capable of match-winning performances. And that's not the place to bowl at Michael Atherton. He's very, very strong off his legs.
3 runs to Knight. Pushed comfortably away on the leg side. And, been impressed by the way he's played in this innings to date, been very positive. As the score off the number of balls faced shows, 14 from 18 balls in just 17 minutes. Determined young man, determined to cement his place in this England side after unfortunate finger injuries.
Such strong area of Atherton's ball this time too, because the timing was even better on that occasion than earlier in the over. England are 26 for no wicket.
Well, problems for Waqar here because of the left and right-handers. That was his legs. Slope taking the ball down the leg side, and Atherton picking up a beautifully timed 4 through square.
Yes, there's something in that theory because of their devastating swing when the ball is older. You haven't seen any swing so far, much as England missed swing too, I'm afraid. That does seem as if the ball chosen by Pakistan in this match, that's a choice made through the winning of the toss of a coin on each occasion as to which make of ball captains prefer. Big appeal for Wasim Akram, but to no avail.
Well, Nick Knight was getting across over to the offside here with that front foot, but the ball is missing leg stump by a considerable margin. Oh, from there the ball has to swing back up the hill towards the slips in order to trap Knight LBW.
Must be close and out. Akram's got the breakthrough. Always going to be a difficult session this for England before lunch. And the concern there for Peter Willey was whether or not that ball pitched on the line of leg stump.
And did it come back enough? If it did, it's pitched on the line of stumps. But that is going, you can see leg stump and almost middle stump behind Michael Atherton's pads. And that ball was, in Peter Willey's opinion, going on to hit off stump. In Michael Atherton's opinion, missing by some considerable distance. Atherton, though, has gone LBW for 12. And England are 27 for 1.
New batsman is Alex Stewart, bouncing up and down on those toes to make sure the feet are nice and active when he gets out there. Good average too, 38.46. That's nicely played. Looks a little edgy down in that third man area. Gets him off the mark, but he was in control of the stroke.
That was better from Alex Stewart. The head was coming into the line of the ball. The face of the bat angled. Akram has good cover in the covers area. He's not got a third man, though. And that ball has run away down the hill for 4.
Nicely bowled. It's the googly and it's lunch. England have got there at 32 for 1 in reply to Pakistan's 340. The story of the morning is entirely in favour of Pakistan. There's been an excellent 10th wicket stand, during which time Latif and Rahman put on a total of 50, and a valuable 50, I can tell you it was too. England came out, looked nice and positive, but they've lost Michael Atherton. Key wicket, adjudged LBW to Wasim Akram by umpire Peter Willey.
Just Ahmed. And more movement down at the nursery end behind the bowler's arm now. People were returning from lunch. Nick Knight's ready. Nick Knight, not yet fully established in this England side, but he has many supporters, and Most of them are England selectors, so that's always a help. It's beautifully played. Slower ball, Knight just waited for it and calmly played it up to the grandstand fence.
Great strength in Knight's game is his position on the front foot. And his balance there, he's got a load of the ball. Nicely balanced and a very good, comfortable free swing of the bat.
Well, Knight's had to reach for that, but it was worth the reach.
He'd done well to time that, Nick Knight, because he was reaching out. He might have toe-ended it. But, it was the googly. Leg spinner to him, of course.
Be 4 more, this time through straight mid-wicket. England move on to 47 for 1 from 12 overs.
Well, that's because Knight supplied a bit of pressure back on Mushtaq. So in experimenting, he's thrown the ball up higher, and Knight has punched full toss through mid-wicket.
To Stewart. That's through mid-off for 4. Beautifully timed by Alex Stewart. He's just leaned into that and smacked it past mid-off. The 50 comes up for England, and we're only in the 13th over.
Key word of Bob Willis's there was timed. And Alex Stewart is a master of timing.
Nick Knight, just one bounce into the railings in front of the grandstand. There's plenty of bad balls in amongst the good ones.
That's in the stroke of authority, I can tell you. It's just, well, he sort of slogged sweep and smashed away a perfectly respectable delivery.
That's a terrific shot, but what a good piece of fielding. Do you know, Alex Stewart's hit 3 or 4 really classy off drives, and each time he's managed to pick out the fielder, but that time he got it through for 4.
That's not the best piece of fielding you'll ever see from Salim Malik. He was a little bit slow and waved it through in effect. Great shot from Alex Stewart, though.
And this is where it all begins for Atlanta, 1996.
Would see movement there from Raymond. That's come down the hill at Alex Stewart. He's left it well. He's got his pad thrust well forward and outside the line of off stump. But it's not missed by that much. Be very careful leaving the ball when batting at the nursery end here against a right arm bowler. Always likely to nip the ball back at you down the hill here at Lord's.
Firing in the Yorker, well bowled and well played by Stewart. Not made it back from lunch quite yet. But a real buzz around the old place. Rahman to Stewart. Expensive drive. Sliced a little bit down to third man. 1 run. Rahman is the least experienced of the seamers in this Pakistan attack. Unlike Wasim Akram. Rahman really puts the ball in his hand in a very precise manner before he bowls the ball, Paul. Really making sure that he's got everything as he wants it as before he starts his run-up. And that is full.
Comfortably tucked away by Nick Knight. Rahman just straying onto leg stump. Very compact stroke.
And a short leg, and that was just in the air past short leg for a moment. Stewart has timed it well enough to pick up 2. That's the 50 partnership. Just a little yoke from the bowler.
Good partnership by these two. Came together when England lost their captain Michael Atherton LBW to Wasim some 72 playing minutes ago. Knight has been positive from the word go. He's 39 not out. Alex Stewart 25 not out. And the short leg has disappeared. Good news for Stewart.
Another crisp drive. But this field on the off for Mushtaq is expertly set by Wasim. Going to take quite something to thread the ball through it to the boundary. Now, I don't know what that was attempted by Mushtaq, but whatever it is, it's nearly killed the keeper, and Stewart's got 4 for it.
Well, I don't know whether this was just going to be a quicker ball or a flipper or what, but it's gone way down the leg side. The ball's stuck in the fingers, I think. He's dragged it down. And Alex Stewart has just got the bottom of the bat on it, really.
Not too well to come back if Stewart keeps playing strokes like that. He's played a number of good shots on the offside, but none in the class of that.
Yes, lovely shot. This just swung away a bit on him, but beautiful footwork and classic Alex Stewart timing for 4.
Running away quickly. Waqar Younis is down there. And England will pick up 3. Differing challenges set by the 2 wrist spinners we've seen this year here. Nasser first, Anil Kumble, and now Mushtaq. This time he's driving with fantastic power. When Stewart's good, let me tell you, he's very good indeed.
It's a great shot here from Alec. Bit of width from Mushtaq. And once Alec times it, that's safely 4 runs.
It's a big shout, pitched outside leg stump. See that ball pitching outside leg stump. To get the breakthrough. Also well as a pair. Never got frantic about it. Latif nudged the ball around, and Rahman hung on as solidly as any number 11 could. Here he is bowling now to Nick Knight. One of the interesting things about the morning's play was how good the pitch looked to bat on. Difficult for England to make a breakthrough, and it's looked pretty good while England have batted. There's a hint of bounce there. It was never a problem in the Pakistan innings. The bounce is easy paced and low, and it needed the batsman to make an error for England to get some of their early wickets. Amar Sahel was padding up to Simon Brown on Test debut, given out LBW, offering no shot. And the next one to go was Ijaz. Dominic Cork was the bowler. It was an unusual dismissal, and it's unusual for 2 England players
Cork and Hussein to talk us through it.
Here comes Corky with his gentle medium pace, and it's amazing what a stare, the odd stare and the odd appeal will do to the batsman. And Corky taking the credit. I'm not sure the bowler should get that wicket, to be fair. But Corky, it's in the book, in the right column.
The right reply will be with Dominic Cork after this delivery. It's 100 for England. And a roar from this good Lord's crowd on the Friday of the second Test match here this summer. Oh, that is beautifully bowled. That is beautifully bowled. And Knight's got away with it and goes to 50. And he deserves that 52. So the first error in what has been a thoroughly good innings. Well, we can forget all the drama. Umpire Peter Willey might just have made a little error there because leg byes has been given, so Knight stays on 48, and had Slip caught it, it wouldn't have been given out.
Stevie Buckner being asked the question, and he gives him. Buckner has decided that is LBW, so that's the second wicket down, and Nick Knight is very disappointed, and he's gone for 49.
Well, there's already been some indifferent umpiring in this Test match. Nick Knight looks very disappointed. He's got onto the front foot. The ball's hit him well outside the line of off stump. Steve Buckner thinking that was going to hit the stumps. He's given Nick Knight out. Disappointing end for Nick Knight's innings. He's gone for 49. England 107 for 2.
The left-handed Graham Thorpe making his way to the middle here at Lord's Cricket Ground, and on his way to enter the fray. That's out. Alex Stewart's been given, playing no shot. He seemed to be long way down. He got a big stride in.
Well, this is what happens in Test match cricket. First one wicket goes down, and it's quickly followed by another. Stewart playing no stroke to the googly. Peter Willey has no hesitation. On your way, Alec. England now 107 for 3.
8 balls ago, England were sailing along.
Just about half a minute to the tea interval. I think Graham Hicks picked that one. Mushtaq bowling really well.
Graham Hicks had his problems with Mushtaq Ahmed in the past. In the World Cup final, he was done well and truly by the Mushtaq googly. You saw that on Sky Sports back in 1992. The signs are that he hasn't learnt in the 4 years since then. Hick will get off the mark with that. So, England 112 for 3 at tea in reply to the Pakistani score of 340. And then in the afternoon session, we've seen 80 runs scored, with 2 wickets going down in 31 overs. So they trail by 228 at the moment. And it is absolutely fascinatingly poised. And that last 10-15 minutes, when Knight and Stewart got out, has really set this Test match alight.
Pakistan take the field after tea on the second day of this Cornhill Test match. England at tea on the second day were 112 for 3. The not-out batsman Graham Thorpe on 1 and Graham Hick on 3. All 3 wickets to fall have been awarded as LBWs. Atherton the first one to go. And then Knight and Stewart in quick succession. Waqar, Wasim and Mushtaq are successful bowlers. It's misfielded, and Thorpe will pick up just a single.
Ataur Rahman at mid-off to Graham Thorpe, making a bit of a hash of this. Just bounced off those old wicket ends, smashed into his wrist.
Brings Graham Hick on strike, first time against Yunis after tea. And he's bowled in straight under the bat, the absolute perfect Yorker. A class delivery from Waqar Yunis ends Graham Hick's stay at the crease.
Well, this was a sensational piece of bowling. The Waqar Yunis autograph Yorker. Straight underneath, not that much swing, but quick enough to get under Hick's bat. Terrific fast bowler's dismissal, just hitting the bottom of the stumps. Hick's gone for 4, England 116 for 4.
Mark Elam is England's number 6. In the meantime, Graham Thorpe crashes that through the offside for 4.
Well, that for me is the best stroke of the day. Graham Thorpe just letting the ball come on to him. Weight transferred onto the front foot, leans into the shot. Could have been Neil Harvey in action.
That's got to be close. Steve Buckner thinks that's going down leg side, but that was really, really close.
Well, Mark Elam here's had a late look at the bat. I don't know whether he got a little inside edge on it. It didn't look like it. And that looks about the best shout of the day to me. 3 other batsmen have been given out, and that looks absolutely plumb.
Elam's off the mark with 4.
That'll be a great relief to Mark Elam. There's a couple of close calls, but the Yorker turns into a full toss, as it so easily can, and Mark Elam just glides it away. Just had to get any sort of bat on that, was going to race away for 4 off that 81-mile-an-hour delivery.
Crash through the offside. I'm going to go for 4. Third man's come round quickly to prevent the boundary. .130 for 4. Sticky time for Graham Thorpe and Mark Elam. Well played by Thorpe. Just paddling that down very fine. Waqar Yunis coming round doing the fielding. 3 runs for Thorpe.
That's been launched away through the covers. Elam with some confidence playing that shot, and I think that's going to be 4.
There's never been much doubt about Mark Elam's ability to attack. He's a terrific striker of the ball.
and a much more orthodox one than he's sometimes given credit for. That's just an excellent cover drive. The issue with Mark Elam is defence, and he's being really tested here.
Flicked away fine. Wacker looking to try and get the Yorker in, but misdirecting it, and that's well played by Elam. But it's in fact been given as leg buys, but England won't worry too much about that. They've got 4 more runs to the total, and in fact, just for statisticians, that takes them past the follow-on. Lovely shot. Elam smashing the ball through the covers, and it takes England past the 150 mark.
This is cricket in the classic mould at the moment. Mushtaq is very prepared to give the ball some air, and as leg spinners used to do, he's bowling off stump and just outside. On this occasion he over pitches, and Elam, but he never misses those.
He's going to find that Thorpe's overtaken him. I don't think Wasim saw the funny side of that. He looks disgusted with life.
I can't understand for the life of me why Akram isn't bowling with a second slip-in. Position of considerable strength in the game, and the downfall of Thorpe would be a killer for England.
Oh, and he's dropped the court and bowled.
Well, he's made the chance for himself and missed the chance for himself. Excellent bowling, slightly more flight. Ball just came out of the slightly rougher stuff too, and that was not a difficult chance for Mushy.
He was set for it, wasn't he? Perfectly balanced, straight back at him. He would have been thinking in terms the way he scuttled off.
And Thorpe has pulled that with consummate ease through mid-on for 4. That is a class stroke.
Yeah, great shot from Thorpe here. Seen that a few times. Rocks back. Where he's very good is he's good off the back foot here, and he's also good coming forward. Deserved 4 runs.
Well, I'm not sure what they said, but I'm sure it wasn't bowling a leg side wide. Well, 4 byes. Keeper will be a bit perturbed about that.
It's not how to make friends with your wicketkeeper there. Round the wicket, way down the leg side, going even further. And that is 4 byes.
Atur Rahman with the 64th over, and edged and taken behind. Steve Buckner just waiting. But Mark Elam has walked. Further success for Pakistan.
Just seems to be the one area of weakness in Mark Elam's game. We saw that in the Trent Bridge Test against India. He's away from his body on the back foot out there. And there's a hint of movement off the seam. There's been none of that in this game. And you can see Elam's feet are going across towards off stump after he's played at the ball. Good catch, too, from Latif.
Elam's gone for 25. England are now 180 for 5. Wicketkeeper Jack Russell is the new batsman. He's in at number 7, and he replaces Mark Elam. Magnificent stroke. That is a magnificent shot.
the very best of Graham Thorpe. He's played one glorious cover drive earlier in his innings. That, and to the pull stroke, are trademark shots. He's split the field, and the timing is perfect. And that's another lovely shot because he waited for the ball. Just a little nudge, really. Thorpe was waiting to judge the way he thought it was going to spin before he risked hitting it away on the leg side. If it had been spinning across him to the offside, he may well have just played that defensively. Something he learned against Warne was if you're going to attack in any form, even if it's just to hit twos, make sure you're attacking with the spin.
Mushtaq pleading with Peter Willey. A tough match for an umpire. Speed extra cover. Substitute Moin Khan's chasing after it. He'll cut it off inside the rope. The 200 up for England.
Represents a good performance by England, back from 116 for 4. All sorts of ideas that they could go for something rather less than this. As it is, Elam fought well, but Thorpe has been the class act, and the class act summed up with that excellent cover drive.
Technically, I suppose that's a chance.
The miracle catches when they stick. Kabir is the man in there at short leg. And this kept low, so Thorpe did well just to get it off the deck. And it's hit him on the inside thigh. And they do sometimes stick, those.
Come on, McKay.
Ball left of Mushtaq Ahmed's over. It'll be touch and go whether there'll be another over in the day. More pressure from Amir Sohail. He's bringing another close catcher, and these field changes may make sure that this is the last over of the day. Thorpe quietly forward. Peter Willey looks at the clock, takes the bails off. The end of an intriguing second day's play here at Lord's, which started with Pakistan on 290 for 9. Rashid Latif and Ata-ur Rahman added 50 runs for the last wicket to take Pakistan on to 340 all out. England's reply, 200 for 5. First three batsmen for England, all out LBW. Knight made 51. Graham Thorpe is 43 not out, and Alex.
The
morning, everybody, and welcome to ESPN's Highlight Special, where we bring you all the best of the action from day 3 of the first Cornhill Test match at Lord's in London between England and Pakistan. Well, just to remind you, Pakistan in their first innings scored 340, and the highlight of that innings was a superb 148 by Inzamam-ul-Haq after 218 balls. England then came to the crease, and at the close of play on day 2, they'd scored 200 for 5. Nick Knight was out for 51. Graham Thorpe was 43 not out, and Alex Stewart had made 39 before he was LBW to Mushtaq. And at the crease with Graham Thorpe is Jack Russell. So let's join the action now with England 140 runs behind at the start of play on 200 for 5.
The not-out batsman Graham Thorpe and Jack Russell. Graham Thorpe has 43 and Jack Russell is on 4. England 200 for 5. They trail Pakistan by 140 runs. So this is an absolutely vital partnership for England. Extra close catcher for Jack Russell. Back pad, silly point and a slip. It's angled that away. Don't think he picked it necessarily, but the angle of the bat kept it on the deck. Great running by Graham Thorpe.
Exceptionally quick between the wickets, these two. Graham Thorpe had to make up all the ground here. Genuine edge from Russell, he won't mind that. And the good running brings 3 runs to Russell and to England.
That is the top edge, and it's just wide. That's why the fielder's there. He had a long chase. Shadab just couldn't reach it.
Thorpe going for the sweep again. He's just got a top edge on that. Bounced a little bit more than he thought, and Shadab, a vain dive at that looping top edge. He was way away from the ball, but it was a valiant effort.
That is a beautiful stroke. The first 4 of the day brings up Graham Thorpe's 50, his 17th in Test match cricket. He certainly is in brilliant form this season.
Supremely confident stroke from Thorpe. It could be the stroke of the match so far. Punched through the offside.
And I think...
Oh, that's a good stroke. Really good stroke. He waited for that and picked his gap. It's clever batting too, because he's suffocating Mushtaq with his defensive stroke, with his defence, and punishing the loose ball.
Yeah, it's a very good shot. He gave himself just that little bit of room, just in case the ball did turn back on him. Watched it like a hawk and hit it superbly well through the extra cover region.
Nobody's going to stop that, though, because Russell's got into it early and hit it away in front of square for 4.
That's a very good shot. Jack is very adept at those sort of things. He loves a sweep, and he's really got his leg out of the way in order to get that in front of square.
But it's Russell facing Wasim Akram. I think there could be 2 on here if Jack gets a skate on. Indeed he does. And now there could be more runs here, because that's deflected away off the stumps. And Russell's picked up a bonus there. 3 from that shot. I always think that's a bit unfair on what was a pretty good throw, really.
The ball's gone down to 3rd man. Raymond the throw, and it's just clipped the off stump and shot away for an overthrow.
That'll be 4 runs.
And that's a measure of the quality of the strokes that I was just talking about. Thorpe has been in control of himself. He's looked as well organised and as complete a player as he ever has for England. He's really picked his spot and done a clinical job on that short ball from Rehman.
Rehman's got the breakthrough. Thorpe can't believe it, and once again he's got out between 50 and 100. Pakistan have made the breakthrough. England now 260 for 6.
Well, he just hasn't quite played that, perhaps with a straight bat. If one's going to be hypercritical, but it's just a fraction wide. You can see at the point of playing it, there's a little bit of an angle to the defensive stroke. That's such a pity. Thorpe dragging the ball on, it could have got anywhere. And that is an excellent performance from Graham Thorpe, and this Lord's crowd appreciating it.
Thorpe's gone for 77. England 260 for 6. Dominic Cork in at number 8 for England, averaging just 20 in Test match cricket. Lovely stroke. Younis straining for the Yorker. Cork off the mark. The scintillating 3 runs.
The great strength in Dominic Cork's cricket is his ability to remain positive and to impose himself on the opposition, whatever the situation. And Thorpe's come in and, after Thorpe's dismissal rather, Cork's come in and seen the opportunity to score and taken it.
Edged and well caught. Saeed Anwar takes a very fast catch at second slip. Dominic Cork determined to play his strokes, but it's proved his undoing here.
Well, it's wide, that, and it's an excellent catch. Went very quickly and was nicely judged at slip, but Cork's going to be kicking himself.
It's just stayed in the fingers. Anwar celebrates. Dominic Cork doesn't. 264 for 7 now, England. England's leg spinner, Ian Salisbury, the new batsman, averaging just over 17 in Test match cricket with a best of 50 against Pakistan at Old Trafford back in 1992. Past second slip. Salisbury off the mark. Ball in the air a fair while. Third slip would have swallowed it. Brilliant delivery and gone. You could have predicted the Yorker. It's one thing predicting them, it's another thing playing them.
This is astonishing bowling. You can almost sit here and fear it whenever Waqar runs in. To run in and make such an effort to bowl so fast, I mean, he is roaring in here. And to get the Yorker accurate as well, it's a fantastic skill. And the batsman's got very, very little chance, one has to say. I mean, to be critical of anybody who's just come to the crease getting out of that, well, that would be too unkind for words.
Salisbury goes for 5. England 8 down now for 269. Alan Mullally comes in at number 10 for England, promoted in the order above debutant Simon Brown. That's hit him on the front foot, and that's just why he's got away with it.
Going down the leg side, and that's very, very good umpiring. You could argue it's rather good batting too. Get your legs out of the way.
Toss, and he's missed it. He's made a terrible mess of Mullally's stumps. Mullally's out for a duck. England collapsing. They're now 269 for 9.
I've got to tell you, this is frightening for a batsman. I mean, you know, we're talking something not far off 100 miles an hour here, flying through the air at you. You've got no chance to readjust. At first, Mullally would have wondered where that thing's going. And it's just destroyed the stumps. And Waqar, perfectly reasonably, is thrilled with this performance. It is breathtaking bowling. And so much so that everybody's going to have a breather and have some lunch. Mullally's gone for none. 269 for 9. And it has been the most fantastic morning's cricket. It's had superb batting from England in the form of Graham Thorpe's stroke play and Jack Russell's resilience, and then some of the best fast bowling you could ever wish to see. No recourse to bouncers or intimidation, just fast and straight and a bit of swing, and Waqar Younis is back on song.
He sure is. England started the day on 200 for 5. They go into lunch at 269 for 9. They've lost 4 wickets for 9 runs in just 16 balls. And it's been a success story for Waqar Younis and Ata-ur Rahman this morning. Younis 4 for 59, Rahman 3 for 44.
Waqar Younis kind of inquires.
Well, I think that's a sighter, Charles. I think perhaps he'll be a little better on target the next one. That's just swung in, done in for pace, just missing leg stump. And one wonders whether it'll last the over.
2 balls to go. Now then, Russell has got that away very, very fine, and it's 4 valuable runs. Wonder how Jack Russell's going to play it with Simon Brown at the other end.
Well, I can only think, Charles, that he's got to try and just bat sensibly and just perhaps at the end of the over look for a single. But it's very surprising that Wasim hasn't put himself on. I think with the ball swinging as it is, I would have thought Wasim would have fancied his chances to actually knock over both Jack Russell, either Jack Russell or Simon Brown.
Now they're going to go for 2 here. At least I hope they're going to go for 2. Oh, now that's not really worked out as Russell wanted it. He thought the minute he'd got it away, he would get 2 from that. And you can see that he's not very happy with his judgment.
No, it's exactly what we didn't want to happen. The Simon Brown have to face 5 balls of this next over. Jack was obviously sure that there was 2 there, but some very good fielding stops that.
Wrong, 4 runs.
That's a wonderful shot from Jack Russell. The ball was over-pitched, and that was reminiscent of Graham Thorpe at his best this morning. A full flow of the bat, piercing that extra cover all the way along the grass to the boundary. What a wonderful shot. And on cue, Atta Rahman lets him have one. She didn't play extremely well. Short ball, and he's taken his eye off the ball, which earlier on we were saying how well Jack Russell actually played the short ball, but you can see there he's taken his eye off the ball and it's hit him on the shoulder. Fortunately, it's bounced safely.
Well, he's given that the treatment. It's going to be nip and tuck, but in fact the ball's going to win it, and Russell's got 4.
That was a good old-fashioned point by Jack there. He just gave himself a little bit of a chance. He made sure he stayed outside the line of that ball, banking on it, just swinging away from a bit, and it did, and he just picked it up and clumped it just behind square there, and quite comfortably reaches the boundary.
Pulled him! It's all over. Simon Brown has gone, so England are 285 all out. And that means they have conceded on first innings a lead of 55.
So nicely done by Anwar. He's got good placement, and he'll pick up 3 for it too. It runs away quickly down the slope towards the Old Tavern.
Alan Mullally should have done a bit better than that. There were really only 2 runs there, but positive running between the wickets has brought Saeed Anwar and Pakistan 3.
Superb stroke. Always 4.
Anwar's in ideal form.
He's always been a superb timer, and I think his batting's improved because of the one-day game. He goes in and looks to play his shots, whether it's the Test match arena or a 50-over game.
He isn't going to do it if he bowls those deliveries. It's punched away through the covers with economy of effort.
Terrific shot. Don't bother chasing that. That's 4 from the minute it left the bat. Oh, that's flashed away through the gully. Technically, I guess it's got to go down as a chance, but it's gone really, really fast. 40 without loss.
Alex Stewart in the gully, throwing himself at this, as did the batsman.
Whoosh! Saeed Anwar greets Ian Salisbury by smashing him down the ground for 6. It's 100 lead. Second 6 of the match. Zaman ul Haq hit one in the first innings, and this is a terrific blow.
Well, Salisbury bowled his first over, which was a maiden to Shadab, but no such luck here.
straight down the track, Saeed, and lofting him away into the nursery for 6 runs.
It's gone down to third man. There isn't one, so it'll be 4 runs. More frustration for Mullally and Atherton.
It is all very well, you know, trying to set these fields where they've obviously done their homework and are trying to put a bit of pressure on the batsman, but I would just like to see us at this sort of stage to try and just settle down into bowling a bit of line and length. And there it goes, it's 4 runs, no fielder there at all. It just seems ludicrous, this field. I just can't see how...
Lofted through the offside and timed as well to just 2 straight for mid-off, which is peculiar really when there are 4 men.
Oh! Chase for Cork, but he's given it up already. 4 more. Anwar's got that through, square point, 4 more. England just beginning to look a little bit disheartened here.
There's another lovely crashing drive through point, which leaves the fieldman just chasing the back of that ball.
That's going to be 4. And I'm afraid that's a measure of 1 or 2 of the things that Cork hasn't quite got right recently. Let me tell you, Saeed Anwar is punishing in that area. He's gone on the ground for most of the time, this time just picking it up over the infield. Cork has got to plug away at off stump. It's away for 4. Alan Mullally can't believe it. Flashing drive, top edge, over the slips. Well, he's flashed at that so hard that he's going to be safe anyway. He really had, look at that full follow through there. And even if there'd been a second slip in place, I suspect that...
Edge and out. Russell makes no mistake. The more attacking policy has worked for England. Shadab's vigil is over.
Saeed Anwar just fiddling at that one outside the off stump. Bounced and moved away. Peter Willey's finger is up and Saeed's on his way. Good bowling from Mullally. It's been good and aggressive. And Saeed Anwar's gone for 88.
And that's out too. Cork's the man this time. 136 for 2 now, Pakistan, and things are changing dramatically in the gloom here at Lord's.
Shadab has had a very unfortunate time of it of late, and that is top bowling from Dominic Cork. He's put the pressure on Shadab, banged it in short, it's followed him, and just the faintest of gloves through to Jack Russell. England get their second wicket in the space of 2 overs. Shadab has gone for 33. And Pakistan are now 136 for 2.
Oh, that's an extraordinary shot. Smashed away for 6.
Well, I don't think it would have minded short leg because it was certainly going to be nowhere near him if he was in there, Charles. But he's hit that a mighty blow into the grandstand.
That's out! Simon Brown's got the wicket. Well caught by Thorpe. And Mushtaq Ahmed, as the night watchman, has played an eccentric innings and has perished for 5.
Yes, and there we go, the swings and roundabouts. It's Simon Brown's turn. An excellent delivery, line and length, just gone up the hill slightly. And Graham Thorpe catches a lovely slip catch. we go. He's opened the face a little bit, and Graham Thorpe doesn't drop those at first slip. And that's another very good wicket for England, Charles, because
They'll go fine for 4. It's the first bad ball that Dominic Cork has bowled this morning. There's no third man. 4 more. Frustration for Dominic Cork. He's trying so hard, but he does concede an awful lot of boundaries.
And just for the first time in his Test career, I sense a lack of ebullience in his face there. It's just getting to him a bit.
Inzamam's got after that. A couple of bounces over the rope. Commanding cricket stroke.
There's a hint of a few people here. Colin Milburn's one that comes to mind. What's so brilliant about Inzamam is that if the ball's pitched up, he takes a good stride forward in defence, and yet he's very rarely caught out of position on the back foot.
Oh, that's a terrible delivery from a top-class bowler.
It's also a cracking stroke. It's just a little short and wide, and Bob Willis saying it's a terrible delivery. Well, it's not his best delivery, let's just say that, and it's been smashed by Ijaz.
Inzamam's got after that. A couple of bounces over the rope. Commanding cricket stroke.
There's a hint of a few people here. Colin Milburn's one that comes to mind. What's so brilliant about Inzamam is that if the ball's pitched up, he takes a good stride forward in defence, and yet he's very rarely caught out of position on the back foot.
That's a superb stroke. Past mid-off for 4. Pakistan sprinting ahead in this match.
That's a terrific shot, and it's 4. Pakistan have just gone quiet for the last 10 minutes or so. But that shot by Ijaz, breaking the shackles.
It's well-controlled stroke from Ijaz, looking to get on the front foot initially. And throwing the bat at it because it was wide and just fractionally short. He's played that really off the front foot.
Whoosh. Terrific shot by Ijaz. Down the wicket and blasting it away. Over and through extra cover.
And that's 4 more. Those are full tosses from Salisbury, though on that occasion the footwork of Inzamam was very sharp and very threatening. And he has, and that is the most fantastic shot. In many ways, that's the shot of this game, just by the use of his feet, the speed of his feet, to get himself in a position to play that shot. Brilliant batting.
He had to get himself inside the ball. Look at where the ball pitched. It's pitched nearly a yard outside leg stump. Inzamam hits it straight back down the ground. That is a magnificent stroke.
Well, Inzamam obviously thinks that the switch of Elam to the nursery end is positively the right thing, because he's climbed into his first ball, smacked it away, 1 bounce for 4.
Playing some wonderful shots, Inzamam, this morning. And that is one of the very best. He's just waited for it. Nothing particularly glamorous about it, but very effective and very efficient. One stride down the pitch and clubbed over mid-on for 4.
That's been swatted away over the covers. A disdainful shot. It's gone for 4. And that's the 300 lead for Pakistan.
Ijaz is making his intentions perfectly clear.
Well, this is the problem for England. Take the new ball, hope it swings. When it doesn't, comes off the pitch a little bit quicker, and off the bat even quicker still. Ijaz crashing that away square on the offside.
Well, we may not have known what David Lloyd said to Simon Brown, Paul. I think we know what Wasim Akram has said to his 2 batsmen.
Yep. Go out and enjoy yourself, fellas. I think it's you've got 2 hours to get as many runs as you can. We'll reassess the situation at tea, see whether we're going to declare or not. But go out, enjoy yourselves and entertain. Put on 100 in a leisurely 144 minutes. Inzamam on 47, Ijaz 70 not out.
Ijaz has got hold of that, and it's beaten Simon Brown. The tactics certainly show signs of England's frustration.
Yeah, but at least something's happening, Bob. Ijaz going for the stroke, even though there are 2 men out there. He's played it really well. He's rolled his wrists and hit the ball down and fine. Both those fielders are quite square, really. Nothing wrong at all with that shot.
Second 50 of the match for Inzamam ul Haq. He really has had a splendid time at Lord's in this Test match. This second 50, not quite as spellbinding as his first innings effort, but he's been hampered by that knee injury. It's taken him 120 balls. Off the back foot, through extra cover, sensational stroke.
Well, I thought Inzamam played the shot of the match earlier this morning off Salisbury when he danced down the wicket and hit him straight. But look at this for timing and placement. Off the back foot this time and forced wide of extra cover. Big punch with the right hand, the bottom hand coming into the shot. That is superb.
Elam charging after that. He might just get there. Three more to Inzamam.
Dominic Cork could be getting towards the end of his tether here. There's nothing really wrong with that delivery. It's goodish length. Giving the ball a chance to swing, but it's just so even-paced and even-bounced, this pitch, that the batsman can hit through virtually anything.
He's gone. The slow death from Steve Buckner. Ijaz goes. He quickly looks round at the big screen to have a look at the replay of that. But Ijaz has gone for 76, and Pakistan are now 279 for 4.
My first thoughts were that he's hit this. But it's, I think, missed the inside edge and gone through and hit the back leg.
It's a huge shout from Dominic Cork and Jack Russell. Steve Buckner has a long, long look. The thing he had to consider was whether he hit it or not. He didn't, and that looks a pretty good decision from Steve Buckner. Ijaz Ahmed goes for 76. It's 279 for 4.
Coming in at number 6 for Pakistan. Very impressive test match record. And he replaces Ijaz Ahmed. Off the mark this time. Knight doing the fielding. They're back for 2. Salim Malik, the only survivor of the 1982 Pakistan Tour of England.
That's a terrific shot by Salim Malik. All the old class evident there. And that will have done him a load of good. Yes, you still can do it, Salim.
Yeah, I mean, his class is unquestioned. In fact, his offside play in the season that he had with Essex in the County Championship was quite marvellous. He has a sort of silky touch to his stroke play. And it goes square primarily on the offside. About where that went.
In that season for Essex, Salim Malik scored 1,972 first-class runs. That was in 1991. Then the following year made 488 runs at averaging just under 82 in the 5-test series against England. It's 289 for 4. That is an absolutely brilliant shot. That's a shot of the side looking to accelerate.
Well, yeah, it's also the shot of a man who is in complete command of his game. He can pick his spot. What he's decided simply is that if Cork over-pitches, and he did there with the slower ball, the slower off-break, if he over-pitches, Malik can hit him just about where he wants. There's a huge space away on the leg side. Mid-on is a bit deeper, and then there's nobody all the way around the backward square leg.
In the air, that's wide of everybody and gone away for 4.
The best players will reckon that's meat and drink. Cork straying at a full length towards the Midland leg, and anybody who can use their wrists in the timing of their stroke play will have no problem at all. Wonderful stroke from Malik.
Inzamam hobbles another, and that's the 300 up.
Look at this for a hobble, and the question you could ask is why he hasn't got a runner out there. The answer would be that he doesn't want one. Simple as that. It can be quite confusing to bat with a runner. You can find yourself a bit disorientated.
And out! Cork's got him. It's a really good catch by young Mark Elam. It was going like a tracer bullet, but Elam not the tallest, going like a tracer bullet. But Elam, not the tallest man at mid-off, moved to his right and held a really good catch from a stinging drive, and Inzamam has gone.
Yes, it's the end of a super innings from Inzamam again, the second high-quality effort of the game. Nicely judged there by Mark Elam, hit hard and flat, but there's no disgrace in that for Inzamam. He's come out here with an injury, he's hobbling off. And he's played really well for his country. The only reason that he's on his way back is because he's pushing on in haste for the declaration. He's gone for 70. It's 308 for 5.
The new batsman, the Pakistani captain, has made his way to the middle at the fall of Inzamam ul Haq's wicket.
Messing there from Wasim Akram. It's a flat bat swat over mid-wicket for 4.
Just what Akram should be doing. Beating the ball around, that's where he's at his most effective. Always sure he knows where the ball's going to go, and if he doesn't, the fielding captain won't. Atherton trying to plug the gap. Atherton and Akram, teammates at Lancashire, but no love lost between them in this match.
Well, no fielders have gone out onto the boundary. Instead, Mike Atherton has posted a short mid-wicket and a short extra cover for the lofted drive. And the only problem with that is that Wasim hasn't lofted it. He's crashed it through extra cover this time for 4.
He's a fantastic clean striker of a cricket ball when he gets going. Taking Elam on the full.
Clubbed away by Wasim Akram. That's probably put the ball back into shape.
Probably firm drive from Wasim Akram. Alan Mullally a little bit disconsolate after Peter Willey refused to change the ball.
Slogged away, and that'll be slogged away for 4. He's picked the gap absolutely perfectly between deep mid-wicket and deep long on.
Good stroke too, really good hit this, just knew exactly the point to which he was aiming. He's hit it with the spin of the ball, picked the orthodox leg break and smashed it away over mid-wicket.
Mullally starting another over. That's a terrific shot by Wasim Akram. The new bat is going very nicely, thank you. Slightly over-pitched.
He's now signalling to the dressing room that he wants to stick with what he's got. This is the second over of his spell. That's been swept away. There's a man down there who has made a complete hash of it, and it's 4 runs. And Mullally's slip allows Pakistan to get past the 400 mark in their lead. Akram hit this very, very hard, and dramatic spin on the ball. Mullally overran it to its right side, and to be fair, should know that the ball's going to spin like that, but it was going at good pace, and Mullally lost his footing.
Same delivery this time. Wasim Akram's got it a bit better. He will want to come back for 2, but Salim Malik isn't interested. Double-handed forehand is just about getting going now for Wasim Akram.
It's a pretty good stroke. He did well to reach it. The answer for Mullally may be to fire in the Yorker. There's no need, though.
Pakistan have declared. Wasim Akram and Salim Malik have had another little chat, and they have decided that enough is enough. So just as we came into probably the last over before tea, that's a terrific shot by Atherton. He's off the mark. First runs off the bat, and Michael Atherton has played an emphatic pull shot for 4.
Well, the short pitch delivery hasn't caused many problems in this match. Pitch painfully slow. Atherton's got ages to get back on that back foot. He's lofted the ball well in front of square, just helped it down the hill towards the tavern.
Could be a couple of runs here for Atherton. Nobody in that gully area, no third. Another pull shot, 4 more runs.
bouncer really has to be a surprise delivery, and there's no surprise about that. Once again, Atherton has all the time he wants to swivel round, picks his spot.
Oh, there could be a bit of a mess here. What happened there was that the fielder, Mushtaq, was just behind the umpire, and Nick Knight didn't see him. Knight didn't see Mushtaq, sets off for the single, and here comes Mushtaq, peeking out from behind Steve Buckner, and nearly causes all sorts of confusion and chaos.
Michael Atherton did very well there to send Knight back straight away. Another half a second. We could have had an Inzamam Malik situation on our hands.
No signal from the umpire, Peter Willey, as to whether that was one of the bouncers for the over. But Willey may just have muttered to Waqar Younis as he went past, that's one. We saw George Sharp doing that in one of the earlier test matches this summer against India. Not actually demonstrating. That's got to be very close, and it's out! That's the breakthrough. Waqar Younis has got it. Nick Knight is disconsolate. But the facts are simple. Knight's gone LBW for just one, and England are 14 for one.
Top-class piece of bowling from Waqar Younis. The ball pitching around leg stump. Would certainly have gone on to hit the stumps, but did it pitch outside?
Knight's gone for one, England are 14 for one. Alex Stewart is the new batsman, England's number 3, making his way to the middle. That best of 190 was against Pakistan. Wasim Akram running in there. We saw him having it, the ball which he bowls with his left hand. Very obviously on display, but this is him later on in an innings where he switches it very late and masks it with his hand in front of his bowling hand right until the last minute. So like Waqar, there are two distinctive ways of getting to the wicket with the ball in your hand. Early on in the innings when the ball is new and doesn't really matter, these Pakistani geniuses, they are quite happy to run in with the ball firmly planted in their bowling hand right from the off. But later on, when the wizardry is unfurled, that's in the air and tantalizingly out of reach. Anxious moments.
Now that's a real bouncer. Surprise delivery. Atherton's got nowhere to go. Didn't even have time to drop his hands and let the ball hit his body. Smashes into the glove, and that could have gone absolutely anywhere.
Stewart drives, and drives beautifully too. He's timed that well enough to pick up 4. There'll be a chase from the Pakistan field, but well, they do get it. It's Akram of all people. It's just 3 in the end. Can you believe that? Look at that throwing arm from Akram too. He's in the middle of a spell of bowling. He's sprinted down to long off. He's got it a couple of inches inside the rope and winged it into the far end of the ground.
A little bit of swing as well here for Waqar, which may have accounted for the fact that Stewart hasn't quite got it in the middle of the bat. The man doing the fielding is the guy opening the bowling at the other end. He's just bowled 6 pretty energetic deliveries.
Brilliantly bowled and brilliantly played. Younis's hands are in his head. I mean, he thought he'd done it all, and that swung in too.
This is very, very quick.
look at the lateness of swing that is the thing. I mean, batsmen of this quality can withstand the barrage of pace, but that swing in the last third of the ball's flight is quite phenomenal. And Alex Stewart has just got down on that. That's high quality batting.
That's a lovely stroke. That is a lovely stroke. Hit at the top of the ball's bounce by Stewart, who waited nicely for it. Wasn't committed into anything rash. There's plenty of times in cricket where 2 is just as worthwhile as 4. It's 26 for 1. Response is to play the perfect square drive.
Michael Atherton used to bowl leg breaks in his younger days before he had some back problems, and relishes facing them. And you won't mind a few more like that. Tossed up outside off stump, half volley, but exquisitely played.
Great shot by Stewart. He's relishing this battle. And it just gets up the hill
and away for 4.
Alex Stewart had terrible problems with his footwork on the winter tour of South Africa. He's moving much better now. He's got into line early. Firmly struck wide of mid-on.
Another crisp shot through the covers. Again it swung, but Stewart was up to it. I don't think it's going to be 4 this time. Mushtaq's after it very quickly. The batsman will get back for 3. 7 off the over. It really is terrific cricket here at Lord's.
Mushtaq charging after it. Good piece of fielding. The ball slowing up as it reaches the Warner stand boundary.
Well played by Stewart. He's got it away for 4. So that really does add insult to injury for Rahman. He should have had a wicket. Instead he's conceded first a single and then that little chop shot. Not really totally controlled by Alex Stewart, but it's gone away for 4.
Clearly off the face of the bat, and Rashid Latif hardly got a glove on it. Don't think Stewart picked that, but he's going to pick up some runs.
No, he's not. Steve Buckner says no shot offered. The laws are quite clear on that. You have to be attempting a shot to get leg byes. With the bat tucked in behind the pad, Steve Buckner says he wasn't playing a genuine shot. He was just basically trying to kick it away. And the bat was sort of in the vicinity, just as a sort of precaution. The interesting thing, of course, is that if that had hit the pad sort of somewhere around about in line with the stumps, would he have been given out not playing a shot if the contact had been outside the off stump?
Well, I think that's good umpiring by Steve Buckner. I don't think Alex Stewart did play a genuine cricket stroke at that.
It's a maiden, 45 for 1.
That's 4,500 test match runs for Michael Atherton. He's the 17th English batsman to reach that landmark. This is his 111th innings. He scored 10 Test hundreds and 28 50s.
It is interesting the way that bowlers set themselves up at the start of their runs. Some, like Rahman, are very precise about how they grip the ball. Others, and we'll see Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram later on, just change hands, put the ball in the bowling hand at the very last minute, halfway through their run-up, or even later on. More runs for Stewart. The 50 is up. They won't go for the third. That's a really good piece of fielding. Salim Malik, the fielder, and a terrific throw.
Yeah, he's still got a great arm, Salim Malik. It's a long way from that boundary.
Now Rahman's going to come round the wicket. England's 50 up in 120 balls. Stewart now on strike, facing the leg spinner. Flipped away. He's hit it well, and it's going to go up to the grandstand for 4.
It was a bad ball from Mushtaq. Stewart onto the back foot, and he's dragged that from well wide of off stump through the mid-wicket area for 4 more.
It's a good shot from Stewart. It's 4. What a great stroke that is from Alex Stewart, in complete control of the shot. Up, lifting that knee in the air. That reminds me of his batting in Barbados when he made those 2 great hundreds against the West Indians.
Oh, now that's gone through everything. There's an appeal. Peter Willey's hands twitched behind his back, but stayed down. Crucial for Stewart.
I don't think Rashid Latif even appealed for this. Ball nipping through and just clipping the top of Alex Stewart's pad. Another very good decision from Peter Willey.
And Alex Stewart just informing the umpire in case there was any doubt that it was a bit of pad. Now, there are some people who think that that is just a little bit naughty to be helping the umpire like that. Doesn't always work for the batsman when they do that. I remember him getting out at the Oval, caught off the arm guard against Australia. There is Stewart just helping the umpire to make his decision. What's your view on it?
I don't like to see it, Charles, but I suppose when you've had a string of bad decisions, it almost becomes an instinctive reaction.
We saw Wasim Akram do it when he was batting. He indicated he'd hit a big LBW shout. They're back for 2. That's good and unselfish running, that by Alex Stewart. He could easily have just taken a single and camped up the non-striker's end there and allowed the captain to finish the day off.
Yeah, I think Michael Atherton was quite surprised that Alex Stewart wanted the 2 at that stage. I can think of plenty of opening batsmen who wouldn't have been interested in 2 runs.
The Yorker dug out by Stewart. He knows now that he's just got to survive one more ball, and then he'll have done a terrific job for England, getting them to stumps on day 4, with just 1 wicket down in their second innings, with every chance of saving this match on day 5. Last ball of the day. Full toss, played out, and Alex Stewart punches the air in appreciation of the fact that he and Michael Atherton have done a really good job for England there. They need even more than that 308 today. They need 334 in the day. Well played by Stewart. That'll race away for 4. He's just guided it away past first slip, and that's the first boundary of the day. And England's 100 is up. It's taken a little while, but England won't worry about that. The crucial thing is they've only lost 1 wicket. They've been playing for pretty well bang on an hour today.
Lovely stroke, absolutely lovely stroke. Very strong off the back foot, and a very good bit of fielding too. That's Shadab Kabir, the young 18-year-old, and he was after that like a hare, flicked it back and winged it in.
Well, that's an absolute typical Mike Atherton shot there. He's so strong there, and a great bit of fielding.
It's not only the ball landing on it, all sorts of things are going on out there just to help rough it up every now and again. This was the dismissal of Alex Stewart. Just watch what the silly point does and the short leg does. Here comes everybody. Just have a quick run around and just do a bit of the old light fandango. And because that's on the playing area, it's all just roughing it up and just helping Mushtaq get even more purchase.
Absolutely trapped in the quicksand. No footwork at all. And there's a case for Graham Hick getting out LBW, but not bowled out like that.
What pressure now on England's batsmen, and in particular on Graham Thorpe. Facing Mushtaq. It's not only the ball landing on it, all sorts of things are going on out there just to help rough it up every now and again. This was the dismissal of Alex Stewart. Just watch what the silly point does and the short leg does. Now that's out, and here comes everybody. Just have a quick run around and just do a bit of the old light fandango. And because that's on the playing area, it's all just roughing it up and just helping Mushtaq get even more purchase. A maiden over, 176 for 4. Well, it's a very excited Pakistani side that are camped around Elam. Not sure we got anywhere near this.
Only the batsmen are under intense pressure out there. Steve Buckner there is having this Corey well on it, Charles. He was fortunate during most of his career to play on uncovered wickets.
Mushtaq, and the Pakistanis are beginning to run through this England side.
Great thinking by Mushtaq. Ball turning from off a good part of the pitch that hasn't got into a foot mark. Past Mark Elam's despairing forward lunge. The bat nowhere near it, hits the outside of leg stump and knocks it back. Mark Elam's gone for just 5. England now 181 for 5.
Has done it again. Just for a moment Jack Russell stood there, but it's in disbelief that he's been got out, and now England's woes are mounting by the minute.
Younis forced Russell back and back on the back foot, and then just trapped there, coming forward. An awful shot in the end by Russell. His foot nowhere near the pitch of the ball. Tiny little outside edge, just carries through to Rashid Latif. The collapse continues. Russell's gone for just 1. England 182 for 6.
Jazz Ahmed going from forward short leg to sort of backward deep gully. Bowled! But there's just no way that the tail end can play those sort of deliveries. 83 miles an hour, that says, and that swung in and uprooted Dominic Cork's leg stump.
You know, it's not just the pace or the direction or the swing, really. It's just the three of them put together. If it was a straight ball, you could possibly put your bat on it. If it was only 60 miles an hour, you could possibly do the same. But swinging as well to the tail ender, you've got to feel sorry for Corky there. It's a fairly good ball.
It's better than fairly good, and Dominic Cork has gone for 3, and England are now in despair at 186 for 7.
Their bowlers have bowled well in this little session.
Top quality bouncer.
Take the new ball. They haven't yet, so I don't see why they'll change now. But if I was Thorpe and Sauls, I'd try and change it around, get Thorpe down this end facing Waqar, and Sauls up the other end kicking him out the rough. I think that would be a better way round.
Big appeal. It's very close. It's out. Steve Buckner's finger goes up. He's had a long think about that. Mushtaq, 4th wicket in the session after lunch. And Graham Thorpe cannot quite believe this. It's nipped back at him from outside off stump. Leg spinner pitching in the rough. Thorpe is back on his stumps. Is he outside the line? Is it too high? And would it have gone on to hit the stump? Steve Buckner says yes. Turned an awful long way. It's hit Graham Thorpe pretty high on the pad. Steve Buckner claims that that was going on to hit the stumps, and Thorpe is out LBW. England's 8th wicket is down for 186. Good confident stroke from Salisbury. There's a bit of a mix-up on here. Salisbury wanted 1. Mullally appeared to want 1 as well, and then they stopped in the middle of the pitch for some reason.
Paul, you've played this game a little bit. Could you explain why Waqar Younis is bowling with a deep extra cover?
If I had Waqar's ability, which I never had, I certainly wouldn't have bowled with a deep extra cover. You're dead right. Maybe you just want to give Salisbury a run and bowl at Mullally. The way Waqar's bowling, he's capable of getting the very best in the world out. Doesn't need to bother about whether it's number 9 or 10 he's bowling at. Still got a deep mid-off. Must be there for the slower ball, Ness.
What
slower ball.
Oh, Mullally's off the mark. A competent forward defensive stroke.
If England do go on to lose this game, I think they have to be fairly honest with themselves. I think for 4 days they've competed pretty well, but you have to give credit where credit's due. At the end of this game, if Pakistan go on to win it, it's really due to some high-class bowling from these two. I haven't seen too many bad shots played. It's just these two, maybe three, including Akram, world-class bowlers. When it's counted, have produced the goods.
Good stroke. Just settle for one here.
It's a safe stroke for Salisbury. That's good thinking. No harm in that. There's nobody out there. Sensibly, Wasim Akram has got everybody around the bat bar, mid-off and mid-on, and so Salisbury's just had a little wind at it, really.
Salisbury just had to get any sort of bat on that, and he was safe. No fielders down there at all.
And in between them, you can't believe it. No second slip in, just a first and a third. This time, and Mullally doesn't think a lot of it. Inside edge onto pad, one would have to say. Pakistan are running riot out there, and Mushtaq has done enormous damage. That's his 5th wicket.
There are definitely two distinct noises here. Mullally once again pushing forward. Ball certainly hit the pad. Did it get the inside edge on the way through?
Resisted well, but didn't have much to do after a stunning afternoon of cricket where Mushtaq, Waqar Younis went through England's top and middle order with devastating effects. There's the dismissal of Salisbury. It really has been quite an afternoon.
Sensational match cricket, resistance to begin with from Stewart, and at the end, but in the middle, blown away. Fantastic bowling from Ahmed and Waqar Younis, and quite fittingly, Pakistan captain Wasim Akram.